Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am going to do a Valentine's Day card, but I'm going to do it in my Step It Up series. If you saw my first series back in November, y'all really liked this, so I wanted to do the same kind of Step It Up with a Valentine's Day card, and I'm going to be using the Sealed with Love bundle. I've already used this a couple of times since the Occasions catalog has come out, and I have just been having the best time with this stamp set and framelits. They're just so much fun to play with, so I thought it would be perfect to show you how you can do a Valentine's Day card, very basic and easy, and then show it on an intermediate basis and then on an advanced level. So that's the great thing about the Step It Up, is that it's perfect for somebody who's just starting out with stamping, or somebody who's been stamping for a while and likes to do something a little bit more involved. So I'm sure y'all have probably already seen these, but just in case you are seeing this video for the very first time, celebration is going on right now through Stampin' Up, and what that is, it's our annual sale that goes through the end of March. For every $50 that you spend before shipping and tax, you are able to pick an item out of this catalog. The Occasions catalog runs through the end of May, and you'll hear people refer to it as the spring catalog. It does have more of the spring holidays. It's a great catalog. You can find the Sealed with Love bundle on pages 14 and 15 of the catalog, and you do save 10% if you purchase it as a bundle. So if you just add just the Designer Series paper stack, or even the Sending Love embellishments that you'll be seeing me use today, that will qualify for a $50 order, and you are able to get a free item. If you do not have a current Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like copies of both of these catalogs, reach out to me. I'll have the information on how to do that linked below in the description box, and you can just comment that you would like a set of the catalogs, and I'll get one out to you as soon as possible. All right, so we are going to start off with the first card, which is going to be just a basic card, and we are going to be using Pool Party and the Designer Series paper stack. So this is called Sending Love. You get 48 sheets at 6 by 6. I've shown y'all the patterns before, but it's great. It's just Real Red and Whisper White. It's some really fun patterns. Great thing is that there's definitely a pattern on one side of the double-sided paper that you can use after Valentine's has passed. All right, so what I've done here is I've cut down a piece of Pool Party cardstock. This is just our normal A2 size card. So this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored this at 4 1/4. So that gives us our regular note card size. Then I've taken a piece of the Designer Series paper, and I've cut this down to 1/4 inch smaller. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And that is just gonna layer right on top of the note card. And I'm just using snail to adhere this. And I'm just making sure that all 4 corners are equal. Okay, next I've just got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to be inking up this Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm going to be stamping that in Real Red ink. So I'm just going to come right here and stamp it, just like so. And I have some very exciting news. I'm happy to announce that the stitched shape framelits are available again. They were you weren't able to order them for a bit. We sold out so quickly, so we had to restock up our inventory. So you are able to place your orders again. So I am using the second largest circle. So once you have that, run through the Big Shot, it's going to look like this. And at the same time, go ahead and die cut out of real red cardstock one of our scalloped circles, the one that's going to match the stitched shape framelits. So again, I am just going to use snail to adhere that on top of the scallop circle, and you just want to make sure that your scallops are even all the way around. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, and the first card will be all done. I told you it was a very basic card. And I hope y'all saw the announcement for my new program that I just launched today. It's called the iStampin' Box. It is a monthly box that comes to your door. So if you did not see the announcement of that, I'm going to have that linked below also, but it's great. The February box features the Oh So Succulent bundle, so I'm really excited about that. So that's it for the first card. It can't get any easier than that. All right, so let's move on to the second card. Now the second card is going to be just a little bit more detailed. Again, we're going to be using our Pool Party cardstock, but you can see here that I did this fun border, and that is using this framelit that comes in the framelit collection. And the way you do this is once you have your big shot, go ahead and put your cardstock on the plate, and then you're just going to line this up just at the edge of the cardstock. So here, I'll show you doing it this way so you can actually see. So you're just gonna line this up, making sure that the top and bottom are even, and you're just gonna come here with the edge of the heart to the edge of the cardstock. And then you're just gonna run that through the big shot, and then you'll see how it makes this fun border, and you can actually kind of pop up the hearts. So it kind of gives it a little 3D effect. Really fun. Okay. And we're just gonna fold that in half. It's the same size, so it's 8.5 by 5.5. And then I've scored it at 4 1/4. For this card, I'm going to give a little pattern onto the cardstock using this stamp right here. And I'm going to stamp that in Pool Party to give it a little tone on tone. And we're just going to randomly stamp that. I'm making sure I've got the hearts going in the correct way. And I'm just going to randomly stamp that all over the cardstock. Just the front side. And you want to make sure that when you do this, that you kind of go in a staggered pattern that just kind of looks pleasing to the eye. And at the same time, you want to stamp off. So it looks like you've actually cut some pattern paper yourself. And if the pattern isn't perfect, that's quite all right, because we're going to be covering some of this up with our stamp sentiment. So you're going to do the exact same thing as the first card, stamp this in red, and you're going to cut it out with the stitched shape framelit, and then you're also going to cut out another scalloped circle in real red cardstock, and we're going to adhere it with snail again. And then we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, just like we did the first card. And then we're going to add some more detail. All right, so this is just going to go in the center of the card like that. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and get out your stamp, your real red, and then this solid heart image. And we're going to stamp this on real red cardstock. Okay. And then we're going to use the coordinating framelit, and we're going to cut this out on our big shot. And at the same time, go ahead and cut this heart out on the real red cardstock too, so that you can do both things at once. And if you want to do everything at once, go ahead and get this die cut and a piece of Pool Party cardstock, and you can run everything through your Big Shot at once. And when using this framelit, I highly recommend the Precision base plate. This die cut will come out just like butter. It will be so easy for you to take apart. And what you're going to do with this heart, see how this middle part is cut completely out? I want to remove that completely. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut that part off. I just want to have like a negative of the heart. So just like that. It's very simple. Just take your scissors and snip it off and you won't have any problems. All right, so let's go ahead and bring our card back in. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to tuck, I do have a little, cut that off a little bit better. There we go. So we're going to tuck this heart behind the scallop circle at the top, and then we're also going to tuck this one behind there too. But let's go ahead and use our fine tip glue pen to adhere those two hearts. And you've heard me say how much I love this product. It's perfect for these small die cuts like this, the thin die cuts. So just put a few dots all the way around it. Okay, and then just slide it under the heart. And with it being popped up on the dimensionals, you shouldn't have any problems sliding it in there. And then the same thing with the, I don't know how you describe this. I've been trying to figure out what do you call this? I guess I should look on Google. This slatted heart. I'm sure y'all can tell me the correct term. You can educate me. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on. Okay, and then I'm just going to I need to lift this up just a little bit, and I'm going to overlap it with the red heart. And because the die cut is a little bit more intricate, I'm going to go ahead and put a block on that and let it set for just a couple of minutes. And then what I'm going to do here is this heart that we stamped and punched out, or die cut, I'm just going to adhere it right there. And I just need to put just a little bit of snail just on one side of the heart. And that's going to go right there. If you want to put a dimensional underneath there, you can. And that is our second card. Okay, so let's move on to our final card, which has the most detail. And again, you're going to see how this is going to have the same die cut that we did on the second card. And we're going to stamp the same pattern as we did with the second card. So let's go ahead and get out our Pool Party ink and that same stamp and just do the same pattern that we did. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be covering it up with stamped elements, so it's okay. And handmade things don't have to be perfect anyway. Okay, that looks good. Now for this card, we are not going to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day in red like we did the previous two cards. We're actually going to do some heat embossing. So I've got my Versamark ink. This is a clear ink that allows you to do embossing because the ink is sticky, so the powder will stick to it. But what I recommend doing is using an embossing buddy to rub on the cardstock so that it's static free, so the powder won't stick to other places. Now you probably won't see this on camera until after I heat emboss this because the ink is clear. Let's see here. Okay, I thought I was picking up some red ink. I did a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, it's a little red, but I think the gold powder will hide that. I should have cleaned my stamp a little bit better. All right, so I've got my gold embossing powder in this little container, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on top. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like before we heat it. So you're going to get your heat tool and you're going to go ahead and heat this up. All right, so that's what it's going to look like when it's all heated and embossed. You can see that really pretty shine. You're going to grab the same stitched circle and run that through the Big Shot, and at the same time go ahead and cut out another scalloped circle in real red. So it's going to look like that after you cut it out. And then we're going to go ahead and layer that onto the scalloped circle with snail. Okay, and then with the hearts that we cut out before, we're going to do the exact same thing. Go ahead and stamp another heart in real red. And then the same thing with this one. But with this one, you're going to cut it out using our gold foil paper. So we're going to go ahead and cut this apart again. Okay, so I'm going to put those off to the side for just a second. Got embossing powder all over. So we're going to go ahead and put this up on dimensionals again. And before we adhere this to the card, I'm going to use our metallic gold thread and do a little nesting technique just to give it a little bit of interest and to tie in the gold from the embossing and the heart. So you can find this on our annual catalog. So I just like to kind of just unroll quite a bit, and then the easiest way to do it is I just wrap this all around my fingers, and then make sure you've taken off the backing, and then you're just going to kind of just mush this into the dimensionals, making sure that it's hanging off so that we can see it. You're just wanting just to see just a little bit of the gold. And I'm going to just make sure that the ends are secured on the back so that you don't see that. So there's the other end. So you can you just kind of have to manipulate this. It's really easy, but it's fun to play with. Okay, so it's going to look like something like that, and we're going to attach that to the front of the card. Making sure it's straight. Okay, again, we're going to use our fine tip glue pen, and we're going to adhere the two hearts. So just tuck this one behind the scallop circle. Whoops. Okay, and then do the same thing with the gold foil one. Okay, and let's go ahead and put a block on that so it can set. Let's see, kind of. And then you can attach this with a glue dot or snail. So we just want to put just a glue dot on the left side of the heart just like so. And I'm going to use the Sending Love embellishments, and I'm just going to use, let's see which, I think there's a little small one, yeah, right here. Just this little tiny heart. And I'm just going to put it right below the red one, and I'm going to use glue dot again. And that's just going to go right there. All right, and that is our third card. So let me show you the other two cards, and you can see how we stepped it up. So this is the first card, very simple, using the Designer Series paper. And then with the second card, we cut out the border, we made our own pattern paper and added just a few elements. And then the third card, we did some gold embossing, and to tie that in, I added the metallic thread along with the gold foil heart and the little wooden element. So I hope you liked today's card. If you did, I hope you liked today's cards. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions about the products that I used today, feel free to comment below. Everything will be linked on the products that I used, as well as head on over to my blog, istampin.com, and you can see more up-close pictures and find out more details. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.